Good morning. It's my wedding day. This is not the usual video by any means. I have a little bit of time. I'm in my hotel room, and I have a little bit of time before, makeup and hair. Obviously, this hair is insane right now. And I'm just sitting here reflecting and thinking about what it's taken to get to today, how much I've grown, how much Nav has grown, how much we've grown together. And you have been a part of my journey. You know my story. So you know just how big this day is. This is the biggest day of my life thus far. I'm highly emotional. I'm just going to warn you on that right now. I'm going to just put this down so I can try and kind of gather my thoughts. Hold on one second here. There we go. Hopefully that works. It's a big day, like biggest day of my life so far, and it's a lot to take in. And I really am trying my best to be super present with it. So I'm just taking the time to let it sink in. And as I was journaling this morning and I was thinking about it, I was like, wow, I've really sort of had like 3 marriages. I committed myself to my work after I went through the worst breakup, which you know about. And then I committed myself to myself and learned about myself and learned to love myself and trust myself and all of those things. And now I'm committing to my human, my person. It's crazy. The feeling I have right now is hard to describe. And I wanted to be able to remember this day and remember this moment because this is the start of a new chapter. I also really just want, if you need to hear this, I hope that it provides you with maybe a sense of hope or a sense of light, because you do know my story and what it's been like for me on the journey to this day. And it's a really interesting thing. I think the coolest thing that I've sort of said to a few people is I don't feel like I'm seeking anything in anybody else. I am wholeheartedly choosing to spend my life with Nev. And I feel whole and complete on my own. And I think I never really thought about that before, but I think that's the thing I'm most proud of myself for today. Of course, I did my gratitude and my pride. And yeah, I'm just ready. I'm ready to become a wife. So anyways, I also need to practice my vows, and it feels really weird doing it by myself. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to do my vows and yeah, get ready for tonight. So here goes. Nev, I would say I can't believe we're standing here today, but as we all know, I called this before we had even gone on a date. From the moment I saw your handsome face standing across the room at a party 6 years ago, something in my tummy lit up. I couldn't muster up the courage to go over and talk to you, but for years that moment was etched in my brain, even if I didn't fully understand why. Timing really is everything, and after years of bumping into you randomly on the street, or eyeing you from across the room at a party, I was ready to listen to what that feeling in my tummy was trying to tell me from day one. We had the kind of connection on our first date that felt like we had known each other for lifetimes. I remember on that date you mentioned that your vision of what you wanted in a relationship was to be old and gray and still holding hands, to be friends, to really, really like each other. And I stand here today. Good thing I'm doing practice run. And I stand here today confidently saying that we found that in each other. I not only love you with my whole heart, but I really, really like you. You are my best friend and my favorite human. I read a quote that said, "Love is finding one person infinitely fascinating." And you are the most fascinating person I've ever met. You make me laugh harder than anyone else, even if you don't mean to. You make every day interesting, and you are truly home to me. I think I always had an idea of what a soulmate was supposed to be, but you've shown me the true definition. A soulmate comes into your life to disrupt. Exemplifies true, real, and deep love. They love you fully without exception or judgment and challenge you to your highest potential. I became more of me in loving you. In committing to you, I have found freedom. Since meeting you, I have dropped my perfect armor and stepped into the most grounded version of myself. You've seen me through my best days and my toughest days. You wake up with the sixth sense, knowing when I can't sleep just to talk it out with me. You have never made me question how committed you are to me and how much you love me exactly as I am. And that has been the greatest gift of my life. Oh man, I have no idea how I'm gonna do this. You are truly the most compassionate person I've ever met. The loyalty you have for the people in your life is something we are all lucky to experience. Because of that little spark in my tummy 6 years ago, I learned to trust myself and my intuition, and it's led us to the life we built together today. I commit to you that I will love you fiercely. You will never feel alone. We will be each other's safe space, and I will always strive to be the best version of myself, so we can take on our best and our toughest days as a team. I vow to be your biggest fan, your greatest confidant, to challenge you but never to change you, and to find new reasons to really, really like you for the rest of our days. Thank you for being you and loving me the way that you do. Thank you for being the most certain thing in my life and the most certain decision I've ever made. Of course, I was excited about our wedding, but it doesn't even compare to how excited I am for our marriage. I love you. Whew. It's real. It's really happening. I swear these are all happy tears. It's just wild. If you've gotten married before or you had a wedding day, this is just like it's the most interesting feeling. It's like all of the emotions at once and just so much joy. And I'm so full of love and I'm so just light. I feel like I'm in a fog of just like joy. Sorry for the snot. Whatever. This is why I'm doing this before I get makeup done. I'm not even going to touch these or look at them until the real thing. But by the time you watch this, I will be a wife. And it is the most amazing thing to be able to sit here today feeling the way that I feel and feeling so clear and so certain of who I am and the choice I've made in my partner. So it's been a ride. And I think the most important thing for me is that I now am at a place where all of those marriages have been combined. I love what I do. I love myself and I love Nav. And they all feel very woven into each other, and that's a really beautiful place to be. So it's doable. And I think my commitment, obviously outside of getting married, is to maintain that and to ensure that I have, balance in all aspects of my life. And it's not just a busy life or a work-driven life. It's a whole life. As per usual. Are you with me?